Queen of Mayhem. She's the reason why I have chaos in my life. I'm wrong with a little bit of chaos. Fuck it, sometimes we all need it. So we're in that month where we're doing oil changes and shit. So I figured I'd go on ahead and elaborate. A lot of concerns. I've got the engine running because I've got fresh oil running through her engine right now. Now, let me get down to it. Right? Again, only half a gallon. That's it. I emptied out the 2 quarts, more or less. Put in a half a gallon. Ran it for about 15 minutes. And then remember I told you guys about my great oil pan? This is it. So I have 2 of these. Needless to say, one's a spare. I've already destroyed one. So these are hard to get. You can get them in different colors. What this helps me to identify, you'll start to see the little speckles in it. So again, I got curious, is that metal? Nope. You'll see where I'm at. That little speckle right there. Nope. It's all carbon deposits. Nothing. Carbon deposits. Again, being careful with the ingredient. So, like I mentioned before, this is the stuff that they used back in the day because they didn't have the engine flushes of today. Now, should you use kerosene flush? Should you use other name brands? The decision is yours. Okay? Should you decide to use a name brand, something off the shelf because you're more comfortable with, that's fine. The importance that I feel for engine flushes. Now, is kerosene cheaper? Absolutely. How aggressive is it? I'm not a scientist. So, you've already seen, and again, I didn't do the whole video thing and drained it and stuff, so I've already ran that mag on there. All those little speckles, again, carbon deposits. Do keep in mind that the old lady, chaos eater over here, decides to fucking womp on her shit. And I do mean womp.
Do not.
She says do not. Yeah, bullshit. So, I've never seen anybody obliterate spark plugs like the way she does. I thought I fucking obliterate spark plugs. So, but, again, her the driver. Okay, she does drive aggressive. So she is going to cook that fucking oil a hell of a lot more than your average individual. So let me come out here where it's a little bit more quieter. So ultimately, like I had mentioned to you guys before, is there a right, is there a wrong, is there many concerns? Sure, plenty. Some guys, you'll see some of the comments on there that are, and you'll see it for yourself. Some of them are legit. They're legitimate concerns. So, again, the ratio was never given to me. This is why you see me go from an aggressive, pure kerosene flush to more of a softer mix, 50-50 mix. So, I know I had mentioned about the oil pan, things of that nature. The gray oil pan or a lightly colored oil pan allows me to see the deposit. I got curious. So, you know what? Let me make this video. Took the mag. You see, didn't grab because it's not metal. It's carbon deposits. It's basically, it's kind of like your cast iron skillet where you get that carbon buildup or that oil and it gets called crusty. Same shit. So, am I spot on with this information? More or less. So, figured this would help. Another kerosene flush. I've got other kerosene flushes to go through. I figured I'd make this video. I do have one that's coming up that needs it really bad. Again, this was the new engine that we ended up putting in from a junkyard. So that's the one that I want to do somewhat of a full video from start to finish. So be on the lookout for that. But again, hopefully this video will help. Again, continue to read the comments. There's a lot of helpful people out there, a lot of legitimate concerns. You know, hey, you know, kerosene and all this other shit. Some people, I've got a friend of mine that he does engine flushes, but he uses a name brand. Again, that's a preference. That's fine. The importance is to flush that shit out. Okay? So what ended up starting this whole series with kerosene flushes and just basically engine flushes, the commercial with Mike Rowe okay, where he dabs his finger and there's this thick sludge, I thought he was full of shit. Until one day it actually happened in my Park Avenue. I popped the oil filter off and this chunk of sludge fell right on my arm. On my, oh, fuck. So again, knowing what I knew, took it, did the kerosene flush, got all that shit out. So again, keeping your engine flushed out once a year. This will be one and done. We're in April. One kerosene flush, we're done for the rest of the year. Again, because we're doing engine oil changes every 3 months, regardless of the mile. Again, that's our precautionary, is what we're doing. Okay? So before you guys dabble into, oh my God, every single time, no. Do it once a year, you're fine. Okay? But again, if you're beating the shit out of your car and you're racing the hell out of the engine, you may want to do it no more than twice. Again, 50-50 mix, more or less. Okay? I'll let you fucking boy.